So we've now reached the men's final at the Australian Open 2025 between Jannik Sinner of Italy and Alexander Zverev of Germany. Jannik Sinner is going for his second consecutive Australian Open and his third slam overall, and Alexander Zverev is going for his first Grand Slam, knocking out Novak Djokovic in the semis. Sinner won their last meeting at the 2024 Cincinnati Open 7-6, 5-7, 7-6, two very close tiebreakers. But Zverev won the previous four meetings to that, and Sinner won their very first meeting. So Zverev leads 4-2 overall in the head-to-head. Just want to look at some stats of the tournament so far, from first round to semi-final. 53 aces to 67, Zverev's out in front, and they've both had exactly 14 double faults each. First serve percentage, Sinner's on 60 and Zverev is out in front on 73, which could prove significant in the final if he keeps that up. Win on the first serve percentage is roughly the same, 80% for Sinner and 79% for Zverev. Win on the second serve percent is also pretty close, 68% Sinner and 66% Zverev. So it's very fine margins here, nothing too much to separate them, very fine margins, and that is usually what it comes down to on the day, really. Break points won, 28 for Sinner, 24 for Zverev. Breakpoint opportunities 59 and 71, 47.4% for Sinner, 33% for Zverev. So Sinner does win more of his break points on average. Tie breaks, they've both played 3 and they've both won 3. Receiving points won is over 200 for both, nothing much there. Points won around 600 for both guys. Games won 118 to 103. Okay, max games won in a row, 6 for Sinner, 7 for Zverev, which is pretty good. Max points won in a row, they're both exactly on 12. Pretty phenomenal. Service points won 392 to 359. Service games won 87 to 76. And the opponent's rank 49 to 45. So overall, not a lot in it, really. Which is what you'd expect from the number 1 and the number 2 in the world. The two things that stand out for me are the ace count. If Zverev can smash down the aces, then he's got every chance of winning this final. In the same way Madison Keys won the women's final. She was smacking down aces all tournament, and her serve was on par, and she didn't have any double faults in that final. Quite remarkable. She had more double faults throughout the whole tournament than Sabalenka, a lot more double faults, but she had a lot more aces as well, and that saved her on the day, and her serve was phenomenal. So Zverev, I think, will win this if he can master the serve. If he can keep the serve on point, I think he should take this home. But I'm still going to pick Sinner to win it. Just based on his recent form, he's the world number 1, he's been solid all year. However, the first serve percentage for Zverev, as I say, is 13% on average higher, but obviously the opponents he's played are not of the calibre of Jannik Sinner. So let's see, can he keep that up? So it should be a very, very interesting match. So I'm now going to quickly have a look at the match history of the tournament. So that's just the matches that they've played so far and the scores and a few sort of basic stats. So Sinner has played 20 sets and Zverev's played 18, but that was down to the fact that Novak retired in the semis after the first set. Otherwise he probably would have played maybe the same as Sinner, maybe 20, 21. Games played 184 to 169. Average games a set 9.2 and 9.4, so they're both winning the set 6-3, 6-4 average. Games conceded 56 Sinner and 60 for Zverev, 30% Sinner and 36% Zverev for games conceded percentage. Not a lot in it, and the ranking couldn't be any closer. So the thing that stands out is Zverev has the head-to-head advantage of 4-2, and he's played a wee bit less than Sinner, so he should have a little bit more energy, but I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Sinner has, had medical timeouts and things throughout the tournament, He had cramps as well. Zverev, on the other hand, doesn't seem to have any physical issues throughout the tournament, and he looked very solid in the Djokovic match. Came through in that first set tiebreak, ultimately leading to Djokovic's retirement, which was sad, but these things happen. So he'll be brimming with confidence. And yeah, it should be a cracking match, but I'm still going to go with Sinner. However, I wouldn't be surprised if Zverev won it. I mean, Madison Keys has just beaten Arina Sabalenka, and a lot of people didn't see that coming, but I had a lot of confidence in Madison Keys, to be honest. The way she played through the whole tournament, some of the players she had to play, like Rybakina and Svitolina, and then Iga Swiatek in the semis, the world number 2. She's won the French Open multiple times, and then Sabalenka in the final, the world number 1. So she's won the Australian Open a couple of times before as well. So the calibre of opponent that Madison Keys had to face, and she came through that, and it's not like they gave it to her, she earned it. So Zverev, I feel, is probably in a similar position, and he can probably maybe do that as well. What a story that would be. Can he win his first slam beating the world number 1? So if he does what Keys did, he'll beat the world number 1 to win his first slam. That would just be fantastic, and I really, really would love that for him, and he's got every chance. He's a great player, and he should have had a slam by now, in my opinion, and he's not going to get much better chances than this. Sinner, on the other hand, I feel might have a little bit too much for Zverev. It all depends if he makes him run a lot, and he doesn't cramp up, and if he stays physically fit throughout the whole match, he can go to 5 sets, no problem. Both players can go to 5 sets. If you remember, Medvedev last year came close to winning it, to be honest, and Sinner looked a bit tired at points in that match, but he hung in there and he managed to win it. And Zverev, as I say, he's played a lot of 5-setters in his career, so that shouldn't be a problem either. But I just don't want it to be one man gets tired and then the other man just cleans up at the end. That would be very sad. I hope it's a high intensity match. I hope nobody cramps up. I hope they both stay physically tip top for the whole game, and it should be a cracker. So I picked Sinner, but Zverev is very close behind. I would say like 51%, 49%. I think it's that close, I really do. If Sinner makes any stupid mistakes, Zverev will very easily win this. That's just my personal opinion. So I'll be watching the match in the next couple of hours. I hope you will too. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment, and I'll see you very soon.